Less than 3K into this race, I'm already deep into the red. My head is pounding. I wasn't even planning to be in this race, and the front group is already starting to get away. Am I going to be able to hang until the end of this race? Who knows? All right, back with more dirt racing series. This one is the Dirty Dozen series, I think, and it's on Peaky Pave. Like I mentioned in the intro, I wasn't planning on being in this one tonight. It's very much a weather-dependent series for me. Now that it's May, it should be nice outside, but here in Ottawa, it is still cold and rainy. So I jumped into this one last minute. Here we are coming into the first Dostan sprint segment. This one's a first across the line. My goal here, seeing that I wasn't feeling 100%, didn't really get a great warm-up. I'm just trying to stay invisible for as long as I can in this race and stay with the front pack. Already starting to get into the red. The heart rate's already high, and we've just gone through one segment, so looking good for the rest of the race for me. But I did manage to survive, so I'm going to skip ahead and see what happens at the first climb. So here we are getting ready to go up the reverse Petit KOM. Not formally a segment for the race, but it's one of those cliche things. You're not going to win the race on this segment, but you definitely could lose if you fall off the back. So trying to stay invisible here. It would be nice if this were a segment in Zwift. It's nice to offer something different to race organizers, and it's also nice to compare yourself to your previous segment times. See how you're progressing. So doing a decent job staying with the front group here. Again, trying to stay with the draft. All these climbs, especially under 5 or 6%, you're getting a lot of drafts, so don't want to be on the front way too early in the race for that. So here we are turning the corner, getting to some steeper sections of this one, and here where you see was where the Ventoux segment starts, which is why I think they can't do another segment just for the reverse Petit KOM. A couple people going off the front here. I'm not trying to chase that down. I know they're not going to stay away. I'm just sort of surfing wheels here, just making sure I'm not falling off the back more than anything. We've started to drop a few people off the back here. We just got one last little push across the top before we get into a nice downhill and let the group settle in. So coming across the top, so we went from 22 to 18 really quickly. So we've got 4 of us in the front group here, 4 coalition riders. And I realized I forgot to mention who I was racing with tonight. So a couple new riders for me I haven't raced with before. So I'm racing with Simon, Matt, Scott, and Brian. And it's actually Brian's first series with us. So hoping that he has a good time with the coalition crew. At this point, it just kind of settled in, everyone kind of keeping cool. So I'm going to skip ahead a little bit in the race here to the Dostan sprint. And so here, even though it wasn't a segment, I think there may have been some confusion with people. There were people pushing up the front as if there were points available on this, maybe first across the line. I wasn't pushing it. I wasn't trying to burn any matches that I didn't really have. So just hiding in this draft, making sure I didn't drop off the back. But here we go. We get through again. We come across. We're all together. Still one person off the front, but we're going to catch them pretty quickly. And then the race is going to calm down again until we hit the next point segment, which is the Aqueduct KOM, which is going to be a fastest through points available. So here we are coming off the other side of the Pave sprint, and I'm going to start to slide back here, given that it's the fastest time. If I can take advantage of that draft and push through through the segment, it's going to help. Even if I finish at this sort of coming across the line with that group, my time's going to be faster because I have started like a second or so behind. And here it's this interesting segment. It is a KOM segment, but all the climbing comes before this segment actually starts. Here we've got 100 meters to go. I'm back in 21st, and then I hit the gas. Again, seated sprints today, just not feeling great, but taking advantage of the draft and taking advantage of timing. Don't have the matches to really go all out on it, but I believe I pulled off some points here, maybe 7th. I didn't have the leaderboard up and the companion app on my phone wasn't working, so I couldn't switch over to see how I did. But I think at the end of the race, I found out 7th. So here we are. The group splits up a bit, but everyone's going to sit up here because we have the Petit KOM coming up, and that's going to be the finish and another segment with points on the line. Everyone's just chilling out here. I'm doing my best to get the heart rate back down to a reasonable rate so I can start again. We've got about 1.5 kilometers coming up. I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to start sliding back as we start coming up to this one. I want to start at the back of the group. The start of the climb is not too steep, so it's not going to be too hard to come back up through the group and pick up any little time that I have, but I will be able to just, again, if I finish coming across the line at the same time as the others, I will have better points because I've started that 1 second or so behind. So here we go, 18th to start the climb, and like I said, easy to surf those wheels and get back up. 2 people off the front at the beginning of this climb, really setting a good pace, getting away. And what we'll see is that Tom from Rhinos actually stayed away for the entire climb. No one chased him down to the bottom. I didn't have a ton of matches to burn given how I was feeling. Just staying invisible here. Good effort by him. He's already 8 seconds up the road. No one seems to be chasing, so it looks like the win is his for this week. There we go. Brian's just passing me there, coming up to the group. I make the mistake trying to get at the front here. No thanks. I want to enjoy that draft. See, even at 6%, there's still quite a bit of draft available. So with this one, given the steep section at the end and given it's the fastest through segment, I don't really want to push too hard here. I just want to sit in. I'll let Paul from Rhinos just drive the pace here. We've got 1 kilometer to go. I make the mistake here. My head was thinking, okay, I can push. And then as soon as I get to that front here, made a little push, I realized, no, my legs don't want that at all. And so I come back through. So burnt a little match for nothing. Now I've got 700 meters. We've got a couple more ramps to the finish. You see there's a little bit of red just before we get to the line. Everyone's sitting in. No one's going long on this one. I was surprised at 500 meters no one was going. So here we go, coming up less than 300 meters to go. I'm getting ready to go, but not sure what I'm going to be able to put into this one. Out of the saddle for a second, but then quickly back in. My legs didn't have it. So I ended up with 4th across the line, which was surprising given how I felt in the pen. But I was able to stay invisible for a lot of that race, save my energy. Here we go. Not going to do any more climbing. It's all downhill from here for me. All right, so after they calculated in all the points for the segments, I was in 6th, Simon 8th, Matt 9th, Scott 22nd, and Brian 31st. Thanks again for watching. If you guys enjoyed this, leave a thumbs up or even subscribe if you want to see more of this in the future. Be back again soon with another one.